All right, Lenny here with Real Talk. I want to do another video and switch things up a little bit. So the first couple ones was social issues that I thought was very important, and today I'm going to do something that's really important to me. It's not so much a social issue, but more of a way of life. So I've noticed in my first couple videos, I like my first video had 169 views, and I had like 15 likes or whatever. Last one I had 37 views and only, or 47 views and only one like. So people are watching the video but they're not liking. Or emotion, put an angry emotion, I don't care, put something, let me know what you think about it, that way I can kind of critique it. I want to kind of see what my viewing audience wants to hear, what you guys want me to talk about. So if you want me to talk about something that you find that's important to you, or you want to hear my point of view, I'd love to go through it. But today, moving on, I want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. So, usually when Cowboys win, a win's a win, you're excited. But yesterday just didn't feel like a good win. I didn't feel good about it at all. Like, Dak Prescott is, we don't know what's going to happen. Broke his ankle, compound fracture with a dislocation. And, if you've seen it, it's gross. This is just nasty injury. And it's one of those injuries that could possibly be career-ending or career-altering. We don't know if he's going to come back the same. I hope he does. I hope he has a full recovery. I haven't been the biggest Dak Prescott fan, but you see his improvement. And this year, he was on pace to shatter all kinds of records. He was on pace to throw for 6,500 yards. He's just doing a great job. So anyways, let's get into it, because the Cowboys are what, 2-3 this year. Are they 2-3? Is that what's going on right now? 2-3. I hit it. Well, so we're like negative 48 in like the first quarter. teams are killing us in the first quarter. We're turning the ball over more than anybody. A record pace in the first quarter. I don't know what all our turnovers are. We've lost more fumbles than any other team. And even through that, we've played some really good teams, and we've been in games. The first game was the Rams. You want to look at the Rams. The Rams are a solid team. They're 4-1 right now. They're a legitimate Super Bowl contending team, and we were ready to drive down and win the game. We one call and we're in the game, possibly winning or going into overtime. So regardless of what happened, we came back. The team showed fortitude and came back. Then we play the Atlanta Falcons, and the Atlanta Falcons, they just, they get up by whatever, and they're letting people in the party. That's what's happening. They're going to let anybody in the game. So, we got lucky too. That onside kick was just lucky. So, really, we beat a really bad Atlanta team. So, then we lose a, let's see. Sorry about this. Maybe I wasn't as prepared as I thought. And then, the Seahawks? Seahawks are 5-0, probably the best team in the NFL. And, we had a chance to win that game. We were in that game. We came back again. That's our MO this year. I don't think the Cowboys are comfortable unless they're down by 14. Next week, the Browns. That was the only game that I don't think at the end of the fourth quarter that we had a chance to win. And the Browns are, I knew they were going to be good at some point, but this looks like they're legitimate this year. They're good, and I'm not defending the Cowboys. I'm not doing that. I'm just talking about their competition, trying to get some points. And give credit to the Browns, and that's a good young team. They look to be good for a few years. And then the Giants yesterday, like I said, that victory just doesn't feel good. We should have beat the brakes off the Giants. The Giants are not a good football team. Now, they do have the 5th best defense in the NFL. They have a good defense, and we did pretty well. So, I'll take that. So with yesterday, there's a couple things that are, of course, going forward in the season. Dak Prescott's injury is everything. it's going to be. I mean, it's going to tell a lot. Is he the reason our offense is number one in the NFL? Is it Kellen Moore? You know, make no mistake. I mean, Andy Dalton he's a good quarterback. He can get it done. I mean, he had the Cincinnati Bengals to 5 playoffs in a row. I mean, he's not a slouch by any means. And the next couple days are going to say a lot if the Cowboys feel like they can win games with him, because I feel like we're leading the NFC East. That's kind of funny. Leading the NFC East right now. And if Jerry Jones feels like that he has the team that can turn around and go, I mean, is he going to stick with Andy Dalton? I've heard rumors that Sam Darnold's on the block. So is he going to go after him? Are we going to go sign Cooper Rush, who just got released? So there's a couple issues there, but I think Andy Dalton's a great quarterback, and I think he can get it done. Is he going to do what Dak Prescott did? I don't think so, but if he does, what does that say? I mean, if we move forward and we win with Andy Dalton, turn this ship around, what is that? What happens to Dak Prescott? I mean, they're definitely not signing him to a long-term deal now. There's no way he's going to get that big deal that he wants. Not with not knowing what's going to happen after the injury. Could he be franchised again next year? We'll see. Okay, so let's talk about some of the issues with the Cowboys. The biggest thing is of course the defense. Okay, and now, I don't know, is it lack of effort? The effort's there at the end of games. In the beginning of games, teams are just tearing us up. Now, I think I would say, and what I've heard a lot is that last year's defense under Rod Marinelli and Chris Richard was just simple. They kept it really, really simple and let the Cowboys play free. And this year, Mike Nolan has just, it's a tougher type defense. They got to think a little bit more. There's more to it. And so you didn't have a preseason, right? Most of the preseason, like in the workouts and stuff, it was all Zoom. So it wasn't even a full, Mike really didn't have much of a chance to instill it, except we're in the season now. And so he's fixing stuff on the fly. He's figuring his players on the fly. And, the first game we lose Van Der Esch. And that's our best linebacker, So the defense looks to be getting improved every single week. And you can't expect our defense to do anything when they're playing. We're down by 14 or more every single game. They're in a bad situation, and half the time you could accredit all the scoring that our defense has a short field. And you know what I mean? Because we come out and we drive down the field and turn the ball over, and then the other team's on like the 20 or 30 yard line. That just puts a defense in a tough position. Tough position. So, we definitely need to get our defense turned around. We fix the turnovers. We're a good football team. And I'll say this, I think the Cowboys have one of the best rosters in the NFL. We have some injuries, but when Blake Jarwin went down, I was worried, but I'll tell you what, Schultz, and forgot the other guy's name. Let's look. It's Blake Bell. He's played great, both of them. So I got no issue there. We're deep at receiver and tight end. Our offense is strong. Now, with the offensive line, we're beat up. We got Brandon Knight playing. We got Terrence Steele. Those are our 2 tackles. So we have these 2 all-pro tackles that aren't even going to play this year. They're gone. So we got to do what we can. So hopefully Brandon Knight and Terrence Steele can put it together. And then, the one mistake that Andy Dalton made was the fumble under center. But how many snaps has he got from Tyre Biadasz, however you pronounce the name? How many reps have they had? Anybody who's coached football or played football knows it's all about reps. So Andy Dalton got under center. Have they even taken a rep together? So we can excuse that. That's the one mistake that happened. But Andy Dalton comes in and goes like 9 for 11 or something like that, and puts us in a position to win. So he did his job. Now we'll see. Like I said, the next couple days we're going to find out if Jerry Jones hits the panic button and goes out and tries to sign somebody. But I feel like Andy Dalton was an insurance policy, and we're using that insurance policy. And like I said, what's going to happen if Andy Dalton comes in and does good? You know, what if Andy Dalton gets hurt? I mean, Ben DiNucci, who I don't even know who he is. he's not. I mean, I don't know who he is, but we got to guess that since I don't know who he is he going to be able to carry a team if Andy Dalton goes down? So I would say, regardless, I mean, Jerry Jones is going to go out and get at least a backup. So expect in the next couple days that you're going to see somebody, and I would guess it's going to be Cooper Rush, just because of the fact that he's played there, he's on the market, he's affordable backup. So we'll go get him. Now if we sign Sam Darnold, then basically Jerry Jones has just told Andy Dalton he has no faith in him, and the coaching staff has told him that as well. And I don't know why we'd pay the kind of money we paid to get Andy Dalton, you know, really a starter in the NFL, you know, for this situation, and then we're not going to use him. So a lot will be told, but I would say they're going to go out and get, they're going to go get Rush. So Cowboys season, it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's going to be, I mean, it's, if anything, it keeps things exciting. Now, if you want to hear the positive on Dak Prescott, there's been plenty of football players that have come back from injuries like that. LaShawn McCoy, he had a compound fracture in high school and came back and had an amazing career, you know. So I mean, Alan Hearns, every Cowboy fan seen that. He came back and had it and finished his career out. And it's kind of a weird occurrence that Alex Smith, on the day he came back from his injury, Dak Prescott has his injury. So kind of a weird thing, right? Anyways, I'm always going to be a Cowboys fan. I've always been a Cowboys fan. It's not going to change. Regardless, we could be the worst team in the world, and I'm still going to bleed blue and silver. It's just going to happen. I will say this, the NFC East, we're better than our records. I mean, if you watch the Eagles yesterday, they played great against the Steelers. Steelers just a great team. I mean, they're just a great team. So I think the Eagles are, one of these teams is going to get into the playoffs with maybe an 8-8 record, maybe a 9-7 record, and they're good enough to compete. I mean, I don't know any other team that would be excited to play the Cowboys or the Eagles in the playoffs. So there's gonna be a lot to be seen. It's still early in the season. Jeff Carlos probably gonna owe you some money at the end of the season, but it's all right. I don't mind. The Cowboys make the playoffs. I'm happy. That, you know what I mean, that we have a chance. And yes, Cowboys fans, everybody's like, oh, every year you think is a Super Bowl, because we expect it to be that type of season, and we hope for that. You know, so if you have a team, if your team is like, we're not good, well, then your expectations should be raised higher. But anyways, again, thank you for watching. If you watched it, you like it, like it. If you didn't, hit the angry button, whatever. Send some feedback. Let me know. Let me know what you want to hear about. I would love to do videos on tons of stuff. Like I said, I'm just doing stuff that I like, but I'm willing to talk about anything. So anyways, you have a good day.